The latest world tour from BLACKPINK is gradually drawing to a close, and truthfully, every destination thus far has raised worries that left fans at odds on social media, amid wardrobe issues prompting fans to perform mental acrobatics to defend the girls, and audio glitches that turned some performances into pricey karaoke evenings. The entire affair radiated a chaotic vibe, with all this turmoil swirling around what ought to have been their pinnacle moment. The looming concern is becoming increasingly difficult to overlook. Is this rocky tour truly an indicator that BLACKPINK is on the verge of bowing out, or will they somehow find a way to unite and deliver the BLACKPINK we've been eagerly anticipating? The deadline tour started giving off significant warning signs right from the instant WG Entertainment unexpectedly dropped the announcement without warning, with many claiming it felt like witnessing a company rushed to make adjustments before the clock runs out, rather than generating excitement with a comeback like any other top group typically does. YG bluntly declared stadium dates without a shred of new music to back it up, which had Blinks immediately raising eyebrows at the entire endeavor. Netizens pointed out the entire arrangement for this tour seemed like a desperate attempt for quick cash, and fans weren't hesitant to voice their opinions, particularly when it became clear they'd likely encounter recycled performances from shows they'd witnessed countless times before. Naturally, it didn't improve matters when YG later disclosed that they'd be unveiling only one new song during the tour, rather than the full album comeback that Blinks had been pleading for. They attempted to portray it as a significant moment for the fans present at the first shows, as they would have the chance to hear it live right away. While some valued the gesture, others felt deeply let down. What intensified the intrigue was how YG appeared to be acting with an odd sense of urgency that didn't align with their typical approach. After keeping the girls on the edge for nearly 3 years as a group, suddenly there was this rush to bring them on stage. It didn't take long for fans to piece together the clues about a potential contract expiration being near. Some netizens speculated that the deadline tour was YG's strategy to extract every last dollar from BLACKPINK before possibly losing them. BLACKPINK on the brink of possibly saying goodbye eternally, which is precisely why everyone's now doubting what's truly happening behind the scenes. The tour itself didn't help YG at all when it came to restoring fan faith. And if anything, it only deepened many of the worries that have been simmering within the BLACKPINK fandom for years. Night after night, the same problems kept cropping up in various places, with fans leaving the shows feeling more puzzled than pleased about what they had just experienced. The performances that were meant to remind everyone why BLACKPINK is so loved instead led many to wonder if the girls even wanted to be there. And that's definitely not the kind of vibe you want when you're aiming to show that your group still possesses the magic. The synchronization issues that have haunted BLACKPINK on past tours sadly made an unwelcome comeback. This time it seemed even more apparent, because fans had been anticipating the group to return more powerful than ever. Rather than the flawlessly coordinated performances that shot them to global fame, in the beginning, audiences were initially viewers were witnessing performances where it seemed like the members were executing entirely distinct routines to the same track. The energy was all over the map too, with some members going all out, while others appeared to be conserving their energy for something else entirely, creating a bizarre disconnect that made the entire production seem hurried, which many had already anticipated. Things took a notably low turn during their Los Angeles show, where their rendition of Jump became the focus of heated online debates for all the wrong reasons. Fans who had spent astronomical amounts to attend were instead given a performance that felt more like a practice session, with timing flaws so glaring that even casual viewers from the nosebleed seats could spot them. The most discussed moment was when Jisoo, who is generally viewed as one of the steadier performers in the group, was seen on camera clearly struggling with her lip syncing during a track that's been part of their set list for years. The clip skyrocketed to virality almost instantly, not because it was especially shocking, but due to how it encapsulated the overall atmosphere their playlist for quite some time. The video spread like wildfire right away, not due to any extreme revelations, but because it truly represented the prevailing mood of a tour that seemed to be held together more with wishes and hopes, rather, than proper planning and professional execution. All these concerns have left fans questioning whether what they observed isn't just a badly managed tour, but potentially the onset of the end for BLACKPINK as we recognize them. The uninspired performances, the hasty organization, and the overall impression that nobody's heart was truly in it have ignited some rather uneasy discussions about whether the members are already mentally checked out and merely going through the motions until their contracts come to an end. To many, that's what the Deadline tour was ultimately about. BLACKPINK meeting their final legal commitment to YG. This anxiety was only heightened when a viral social media post sent the whole fandom into a full-blown frenzy on September 10th. An unnamed Kpop news account on X posted a claim that BLACKPINK will not extend their contract with YG Entertainment following the tour without providing a single shred of evidence or referring to any official sources to support the assertion. Naturally, the post took off across social media, leaving supporters entirely torn between those who viewed it as a possible conclusion to years of poor leadership and those who brushed it off as yet another unfounded rumor crafted to incite drama. What complicated the situation further was how the speculation resonated with the frustrations that had been simmering within the fandom. For years, some fans actually felt a sense of relief at the thought of the girls breaking free from YG's infamous hands-off management of their careers, while others became anxious at the idea of never witnessing all 4 members perform together again if they ended up dispersed among various agencies. Neither YG Entertainment nor any of the BLACKPINK members have responded to the rumors, leaving everyone speculating about the group's forthcoming choices. The prevailing fan reactions to the contract rumors have unveiled something fairly troubling about BLACKPINK's current situation. For numerous blinks, the idea of their beloved group departing YG isn't the catastrophic scenario one might assume. Rather, there's been this peculiar mixture of relief along with the sadness, as fans have begun to view contract expiration as potentially liberating the members from what many perceive as years of corporate negligence and internal fan toxicity. The notion that YG has been hindering the group's growth instead of aiding them has become increasingly prevalent in fan conversations, with many openly expressing appreciation that the company may finally relinquish control over artists they evidently lack the capability to manage effectively. Most shockingly, some of the most dedicated supporters have reached a stage of total emotional fatigue. The comment sections are brimming with longtime fans confessing they've lost interest in whether the group remains intact, with many stating that their primary concern is the well-being of the individual members at this point. However, all the bleak speculation might actually be entirely misguided if you consider one crucial detail that appears to have been overlooked in all the intense theorizing. BLACKPINK already extended their contract for group activities back in December 2023. If this was another 5-year renewal agreement, idols typically sign with YG that indicates that mathematically speaking, we're far from the conclusion of their group journey. And this ongoing tour certainly isn't a final goodbye before they vanish for good. Netizens even argue that things get even more absurd when you realize that BLACKPINK faces disbandment speculation every single time they engage in group activities, which suggests that perhaps the issue isn't really with the group's durability, but with an overly nervous fan base that's been conditioned to anticipate the worst due to W's unpredictable management style. To some, the fixation on interpreting dark omens in every minor detail has become almost laughable, especially regarding the tour's title, which certain fans have been treating like a foreboding countdown to the group's breakup. Others think that WG's decision to choose that specific name likely reflects their effort in pouring immense investment and energy into making this tour possible, not some secretive statement that they plan to dismantle their biggest profit generator. On the flip side, even if disbandment rumors are entirely unfounded, there's still a growing feeling among devoted fans, rising feelings among devoted followers, that BLACKPINK may essentially be finished as a collective, irrespective of what any agreements state on paper. The truth is that the increasingly thriving solo ventures of the members are leaving them with diminishing motivation to focus on group endeavors that appear to deplete more energy than they create excitement. Some fans have been quite candid about realizing that the precision and concentration that once made BLACKPINK's shows exceptional have noticeably diminished over the years, implying that even if they technically remain united, the peak of their group synergy might already be in the past. The solo career scenario introduces another complex